Well, I didn't expect to see this on my phone on a Monday morning. Bank of England must plan for a financial crisis triggered by aliens, says former policy expert. What aliens going to do? They're not going to pay off my mortgage, so I'll see you all at work on Monday. But anyway, we're going to go through a bunch of videos in this episode. Got some really great videos for you all, so give this video a like, leave me a comment, and
This is, without a doubt, the wildest news story that I've seen in 2026 so far. Apparently, the Bank of England is being urged to plan for a crisis that would happen if there's a confirmation that aliens exist. This has appeared in the Times, and apparently a former senior analyst at the bank has written to the governor to say that plans need to be in place if that were to happen.
Look what happened in COVID. I mean, like, they announced that everyone started buying toilet roll. Everyone was mass buying cereal, flipping seeds, building bunkers. You know, it was chaos. Imagine if they announced aliens exist, that everything would crash, wouldn't it? It's a bit mad, but I think a lot of people, what can we do? You know, still got to go to work on Monday, mate. You know, unless there's a UFO that pulls up to my workplace and says,
Ben, can't go to work today, mate.
Then it's a problem. Do you think the economy would crash? What do you think would happen to the world if they went public and told us aliens exist? I'm so scared to watch this video. I am so scared to watch this video, right? I love eggs, and this is something you don't know about me. I eat 6 eggs a day. I look forward to it. It's my first meal of the day. I've done it for about 10 years. I'm so scared to watch this. I don't know if I'm happy about sacrificing my eggs. Wait, that sounded a bit weird. Wait, I'll cut that out.
This is becoming one of the most disappointing rabbit holes we've ever seen.
Please, no, please.
Third-party testing revealed Vital Farms eggs are about 23% linoleic acid, similar to canola oil. And their PR team spent all of yesterday digging themselves into a deeper and deeper ditch. But the real story here is a Wall Street takeover. The company started as a single pasture with 20 hens selling truly pasture-raised eggs directly to local buyers. But everything changed in 2020 when the company went public. Today, some of Vital Farms' major shareholders are the likes of BlackRock, Vanguard, and Amazon. This transformed Vital Farms from farm to table to a profit equation.
No.
It's fed on corn and soy, which are cheap inputs subsidized by the government. Yolks artificially colored darker for visual appeal and technically pasture raised, but not necessarily rotated consistently to fresh pasture. Don't get me wrong, these are probably still better than most grocery store eggs, but the problem comes when consumers pay a premium for something you just can't back up. Relying on this cutesy packaging, darker yolks presented to be higher quality, and bold marketing claims like BS free. But then when the lab results come through, it tells a different story of greenwash marketing. Reminder, this is a $1 billion+ company owned primarily by institutional investors like BlackRock, calling me a BS influencer for making an informative video about their eggs.
I'm really tired, everyone. Can we just get a break? Oh man, everything is a conspiracy now. I can't even have my eggs on toast anymore. And as a British man, not having my eggs on toast with my beans on toast, right? And if you haven't tried beans on toast, you got to try it. And my cup of tea. Oh, I'll tell you what, all hell's going to break loose, let me tell you. Every single thing is a scam. Do you not feel like that? You know, you feel like you're being scammed with everything. You know, it's stressful being a human being. Where'd it go?
No.
Wait, I've got to go back. Where'd it go?
No.
So unless that kid put that ball in her inventory, where did it go? Or did the flipping atoms of quantum physics line up perfectly and that ball just went into hyperspace? Because where did it go then?
So the bill is $158 and this is 20%. But when we do it on our calculations, and now they're saying $20 is 9%.
It doesn't give you the option to not tip.
See, that's nuts. Because over here in England, we don't really tip. Like, we don't. It's just in our culture, we don't tip. When we pay for something with cash, we're getting every penny back, mate. Us British people, we pay for something, we're getting our change back. You know, we count it like that. 1, 2, free, and we get the option to just say no tip. But that's nuts that you got a tip. And if I come to America, write in the comments below. Yeah, so if you're from the States, write down in the comments about the tipping culture, because I need to know. All right, I'm not coming over to the States to make enemies. All right.
What if dinosaurs, which we know the name was created in the 1800s, before that they called them something else. What if the reason dinosaurs were so big, dinosaurs were real, they were giant reptiles. But what if the way they got to be giant was because the air was different thousands of years ago? Why would the air be different, you may ask? The giant trees. Devil's Tower. Did you know that there's an identical Devil's Tower looking structure, basalt columns they call it, in Antarctica? They're all over the place. The Tabletop Mountains in South America, the Giant's Causeway in Ireland, which is strange because it's a whole island of basalt column, which means that if it was, and it's flat, of course, on top. It's flat on top because of erosion. But here's the thing. What if the air was different? If the air was higher in oxygen, you know that you'd live longer, right? Didn't Noah live to 900 years? Someone said that reptiles don't stop growing. They never stop growing. And if they had enough oxygen, they would get gigantic. Dragonflies were gigantic. Is it because the atmosphere was higher in oxygen because there was giant trees? Think about that. Now, a lot of people ask, well, where'd the giant trees go? If they did cut them down, like Devil's Tower, if it is, like, where to go? I don't know. But I just have a hard time fathoming that magma formed hexagonal patterns all over this tree stump. When the last time I checked, go look at the photos of magma that's cooled in Hawaii, and it's like there's no pattern to it. Okay, so and that's the same hexagon structure you get in all trees, like all plants have that hexagon structure in their cells. So I'm postulating the idea that the reason there was giant reptiles and giant insects and people lived longer is because the air had more oxygen in it because of the giant trees. But here's the crazy part. Why did they cut the trees down? The story goes, have you ever read some of these fairy tales, dude? I'm talking Jack and the Beanstalk. Like, I found a book, 1960s children's book of Reader's Digest, the best fairy tales. Every one of them is talking about giants, and every one of them, the giants were unfortunate. They weren't like a friendly hippy-dippy giant that's a nice guy that lifts you up to get fruit off a tree. It was like brutal giants, David and Goliath style. Now, did you also know that when we know that the Native Americans would say how? Do you know what that was about? How many fingers are on your hand? If you had 6 fingers, you were a descendant of Nephilim, and you were to be feared, and they didn't want to hang out with you. How was how many fingers? If you had 6, you were related to the Nephilim.
That's a crazy theory. I've never thought about it that way. That the reason why animals and things were bigger was because of the more oxygen from the trees that were bigger. If there was more oxygen, bigger plants, bigger animals, bigger insects. Noah lived to 900. I'm 30 years old and my back's starting to ache. I've got a dodgy elbow. I've got some sort of trapped nerve in my leg. I've got my left knee's got pain. I've got a trapped flipping really bad cramp in my can't even see. I can't even speak either. If I ever made it to 900, I would have the mind and body of a crab stick.
We're undergoing a soft coup, and the idea is to create a whole new set of laws and ignore the existing human rights laws and other laws under the pretext of pandemic preparedness and the biosecurity agenda. The WHO is developing through all its nations, but with the WHO Directorate in the United States in charge, a pandemic treaty and amendments to the existing international health regulations that will remove the human rights protections currently embedded in the IHRs, will enforce surveillance, censorship, get rid of freedom of speech, require governments to censor and only push a single narrative. Also, we will be subject, if they can make this work, to vaccines developed in 100 days, which the organization CEPI is planning to do. And one of the people who founded CEPI was Jeremy Farrar, who is now the chief scientist at the WHO, to bring this forward. Other things that the amendments do is to bind the states so they're no longer recommendations, but enforceable edicts.
So just for some context, that lady was warning. She wasn't advocating. She was just calling it out for what it is in a way that we could understand it. You know, she's just translating it to what's happening. But it is true. You know, if everything was just straight and honest like that, we would actually know. If I could have a superpower, someone asked me this the other day, cure disease or like end suffering in the world. Or my third choice was that no one could ever tell a lie. Could you imagine that? Just imagine a world where it's physically impossible to tell a lie. That would be interesting, wouldn't it?
A woman named Sydney was staying at an Airbnb with her dog for a weekend wedding. And at first everything was normal, until she started noticing some strange behavior from her dog. Her dog would randomly stop on the same part of the stairs and just stare at it repeatedly, during different times of the day, every day.
And she's been doing this ever since we got here, every single day. It's usually at different times. So here's another clip that I got of her doing it.
After seeing her dog here all the time, viewers suggested she check under the rug to see if anything is there, but when she lifts it up, everything seems normal. After a while, she realizes what may possibly be the cause for her dog staring so intently down at the stairs.
Okay, so I think I figured out why my dog just is always hanging out right here. So I just found a door.
Uh-oh.
Here.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
So I don't think that it's what's on the stairs. I think it's something that's underneath. So I tried to check, but...
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Slow down. Slow down. See, it's moving too quick. All right? You're not supposed to do that. You're not supposed to open the door that quick. All right? I got to brace myself. Right, I swear, if something pops out of this door, this whole setup is going.
The door is locked.
Right at the base of the stairs at the back, she discovers a door that leads down into the basement.
Yeah, time to go.
And believes this is what her dog is actually fixated on when she freezes on the stairs. It's the basement below the stairs, but the door is locked, and she is unable to get it open.
Right, why are you still there? Why are you still there, mate? Your dog, right. If your dog ain't going upstairs, you shouldn't either. Animals know something's up, mate. So, the fact that she's still there is mental. I would have gone. If me and my dog stayed in a place and he was on the stairs, right, frozen in place, like flipping Han Solo, like that, yeah, see ya.
She then notices the gap under the door is big enough to put her phone under, so she sticks it
oh,
to
man.
the cord. Then this happens.
This is the switch.
I'm struggling.
You guys can see the light is on right there.
Don't do it. Oh, man. Oh, wait. I thought that was someone under the door. Wait, I've got to take a break. Guys, I'm not even like... This is my kryptonite. I can't do stuff like this. Right. The light's on. Hurry up, please. What?
As
What?
she puts her phone under, you can see there is nobody there on the other side. Then, the moment she retracts it, something twists the doorknob from the other side. Freaked out.
No, I didn't notice that. Wait, I've got to go back.
Runs around the corner.
No. Time to go. Yep. See, time to go.
As she puts her phone under, you can see there is nobody there on the other side. Then, the moment she retracts it, something twists the doorknob from the other side.
No.
Freaked out, Sydney runs around the corner. Later
Don't
on,
stop.
she started hearing noises and captured something utterly terrifying.
Me, my sister, my niece, we're renting out this Airbnb for a wedding this weekend, and we were just out walking my dog. And when
He's
we
still
we
there.
heard-
What's that? What's out there? What is that up there? Look at the top of the stairs.
Wedding this weekend, and we were just out walking my dog. And when we came in, we heard.
What do you mean don't mind the dog? Don't go up there. Oh my. Oh my goodness. Oh. Please just hurry up. When's this video going to end? That's just a wind. It's just a wind. It's just a wind.
Footsteps come.
No, I can't. No, I can't. I can't do this. Right, so many red flags in that video. The flipping dog on the stairs. See ya, time to go. Moving out. Don't care whose wedding it is. I don't even care. It's my wedding. I'm going. The dog's tail was between its legs, which means it's flipping. You know, that means it's time to go, doesn't it? The rug was perfectly cut in half on the stairs. You put the phone under the thing, the doorknob. How many red flags do you need? Yeah, I mean, some people really do have the IQ, the survival IQ of a carrot. If that was me, I would have been gone. I think most of us watching would do that. All right, but man, I'm actually sweating. This is brand new out the wash. Yeah, I'm sweating. I can't do stuff like that. One of the scariest films I've ever seen. You're gonna laugh at this. One of the scariest films I've ever seen in my entire life was Woman in Black with Daniel Radcliffe. It's like a 12 or something. I can't do it. Suspense films, like horror, like not jump scares, but suspense. I can't deal with it. All right, when it's like ghosts and stuff like that, just can't. My brother thinks it's hilarious to watch. So if you want me to start watching maybe some more stuff like that, let me know, because I know it's funny to watch. I have something I do want to talk to you about, and it's something I've started thinking about and learning. Something I wanted to share with you all is, I know I tell you guys a lot of messages, and I try and help you guys. I try and uplift you. I try to, because I do care about you. I do care about all my viewers, even the people that subscribed or not subscribed. It's just people that support me and watch me. I just want to convey a good message. You know, that's what I want to be remembered for, is to be an honest person that wanted to help people, you know. But I don't want anyone to think that I'm better than anyone else. That I do worry about that sometimes, that I convey these messages because I don't want people to think I'm like righteous or perfect, or that I'm better than anyone. How I'm on a high horse saying, yep, you shouldn't do this and do that, and I'm not perfect. I'm still, you know, I wouldn't consider myself a good person. I try and do good, I do, but I'm just the same. I still struggle with things every day. I'm by no means think I'm better than anyone. All right, I just want to put that out there. I don't know why I was worrying about that recently. That I don't want to come across that way. I just want to be open with what I struggle with, and hopefully it can help you with whatever you're struggling with, you know, and just be an open book. That's who I try to be, but I'm just worried that it was perceived that sometimes I'm perceived as being better than others, which I never want to be like, you know. So yeah, just leave me a comment what you think about that, and if there's anything you do want me to speak about, let me know. But whatever it is you're fighting with, just continue. Don't let your brain give in to whatever it is you're trying to stop doing, those bad habits, you know. Because your body works against you. If you try and better yourself and try and become healthier or stop whatever it is, smoking, alcohol, or whatever, your brain will try and trick you to do it. It will try and make you fall into it. Just keep fighting it. It's so difficult, you know? And even things like depression, emotional stuff. You know, I got to be careful not to slip back into depression again. You know, and it's easy. It's easy to fall into these things again. But, you know, we have to keep fighting this battle. That's what it's like to be a human. We have to fight these battles. We can't ever give in. Because our whole life depends on the decisions we make. Not your thoughts. So don't worry about what you think about. You know, it's your actions. We can't control our thoughts. You know, but we can control our actions. So try to keep that in mind. And I'll continue to fight my demons. And we can get through this together. That's what it should be about, you know. Helping each other. But let me know what you thought about that anyway. And that was a great episode. I enjoyed that. I hope you all had a great weekend. And I'll see you all again tomorrow. See you then.